Hello lovelies, and welcome to today's video. My name's Alya and I'm so glad you stopped by. So for today's midweek wrap up, we'll be looking at a different way to tie. So I just finished filming a video creating this smoky look and talking about how we see, so check that out as well. That was up on the weekend, but today we're going to be creating this fun tichel, and I've got two others here as well to show you just a slightly different method I've been doing lately, and I'm just loving it, and it creates this really fun shape, so I thought I'd do a tutorial all about it. So stick around and see how we do that. So first of all, I've got this beautiful pashmina type scarf. This one's a bit thinner than your average pashmina, and it's folded in half, just like that. And you may notice that this is the very difference that this whole video is about. I've put it on this way as opposed to long ways. So I've just grabbed these two parts at the back, twist them through the front just like you would with a horizontally laid one, and you end up with this kind of position here. I'll flip it back over. You can lay it down like you would anything, same as you would with the horizontal, but the difference is you get this really cool finish here where all I've done is flip them over themselves and you get this sort of tail. Now I can tie that off like I had at the beginning, or I can bring that up, and all I end up with is these cute little sort of finish here. So the difference is you're working with a different kind of distribution of the fabric. And you can, finish it off in a different way as a result. So you're not ending up tucking away, or, you just got to have shorter tails, but you still get all the volume as you would from the scarf if it was laid horizontally. How cool is this? Such a really fun look, and it's just a little bit different, so it just adds a little bit of versatility to the repertoire. All I had to do was lay it down completely differently on its side to begin with. Okay, next I've got this thin sort of beautiful scarf here made of a sort of a rayon kind of material, and I'm going to try and do the exact same thing. It's not as wide as that pashmina, so I'm not going to have as much to work with underneath here. I'll just show you. I'm just going to attempt to tie it off anyway, just like that. Okay. I'm tying it off a second time here because it doesn't hold, it's not very wide. And this allows for a bit of, more creativity to happen, because I can actually split the layers up now, keep one down and throw the other one back, and I can create all kinds of fun things using the two tails separately. So giving this whole tail a spin just to the end, hold it down there, bring this one back up, do the same thing with the other one. This achieves the exact opposite of what the original tichel did. This one actually creates a more complicated way to tuck it away, but it's just still a bit of fun and something different as well. So that's one option with this sort of... Okay, I'm just going to bring it up and probably just tuck it back into here. That's the only real place I've created a gap. And I'm going to tuck away these tails here. So it's definitely different to the first concept where you've created less tails, but this is just, again, a different kind of a look and something different to do. And I don't know, I just like experimenting with how the different fabrics lie and things like that. So let's say we didn't pleat those two twists from the beginning. When we bring them back around and just tie them off. So this is kind of what I had originally with that yellow scarf anyway. And you get these beautiful tails coming out. like that. You can definitely arrange them at the back or to the sides. This particular scarf actually works a little bit better horizontally placed because it's a little bit narrow, and it's also a little bit slippery for some reason in this manner of tying. It's usually not a slippery scarf, but obviously just the way the material sits along my hair, it's just more slidey this way, so I would definitely need a non-slip something else rather, but it's just another cute alternative, and I just like how you get this different kind of volume as a result. Going back to the beginning of the look, you can also just give it a bit of a twist and throw it back, creating a veil, and then tying that veil off on itself to create a little bun. It's not too obvious with this particular scarf, but it does also change the pattern of on the scarf as well. So a little bun. It's also a really great hack for these really large shawl kind of scarves. I'm just going to actually wrap it first, so just crossing it over. And then when I've got the two ends, I'm flipping all of this back like that. I'm not actually going to secure it yet, so this may end in disaster. I'm just going to pull it under to hide those ends. There we go. Make sure I'm being very sort of strict with the scarf. I'm not really letting it go. So twisting it again, just crossing it over again. And I should have two sides. Yeah, there we go. It's a lot of shawl to contend with, so I should have just enough. I mean, this will depend on the size of your head and your shaper, but I have just enough to bring it up again and create like a little thingy up here, little tie up here. Very cute, very cute. And I love how it shows the pinks of this scarf off so nicely. Because the pinks are right in the middle of the scarf, you very seldom see them in such full view when the scarf is folded horizontally. They usually get hidden somewhere around the back, whereas here they're right up against the face. So this is what I meant about changing the pattern or showing different parts of the pattern off in this particular scarf. You can really tell. So what do you guys think? Would you try and wrap with one of your wider scarves going in a slightly different direction? So laying it down differently or starting it off differently to begin with. I just love this kind of fluke that happened with a slightly more, although it's a rectangular scarf, it's sort of a shorter rectangular scarf, so I couldn't even quite, you know, in my rush figure out what was going on with it, and I just went with the flow, and it turned out that it ties down really, really nicely in this pattern. And I sort of started experimenting with other scarves in my collection, and I have to admit it does not work with all of them, not by far. If the scarf is too narrow, it just won't lay down. You won't be able to get it around the circumference of your head, so it does have to be wide enough, but it does work for shorter scarves which are wide enough but maybe not long enough. So that's definitely a good way to use them a little more. I'm just loving this new way. It's just something different, because sometimes it just gets a little bit old and tiresome, you know, circulating your collection, and this is just one way to try something new. And especially if you want to highlight a different part of the scarf in terms of colors or patterns, this is definitely one way to do it. And what do you guys think of this really fun teal look, smoky look? I've been seeing this a lot on Instagram, this one color smoked out look. And if you want to see how I got this one color look, which isn't really one color, but all the tricks of how to achieve it, I did just record a video that went up on the weekend that talks about how the eye works and creates this fun look using about 5 different colors, but it's the one color look at the end, and it's just so much fun. So go ahead and check that out as well. If you liked today's video, don't forget to press like, it really helps out. Comment below, tell me what you think, and tell me what you do to mix it up at home with your wrapping. for more bits and bobs and information and all that sort of thing, and daily life and all that sort of thing, please do head over to Instagram and follow me there. There's a lot more fun topics going up there all the time. I definitely don't keep it boring over there. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click subscribe. It's free. It's just that red button. Make sure it turns grey and join this very small creative family. Wherever you are around the world, I hope you're having a wonderful time. I hope you're staying safe, trying new things all the time, staying creative. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye!